Hello, everybody, and welcome to Empires of Arcadia. I'm Koibu, and I'll be your DM for the evening. We are just about at the end of our campaign here, but there's still a little bit to go. When last we left our party, two of them were falling midair over God's knows what. Two of them were coming down the mountain when they were attacked by some baby green dragons. We'll have to resolve these things, find out if the party can get back together and return their tablets. But before we get there, why don't we... Oh, no one's eating. Damn it. Oh, let's check in with Trump.
Curses. All right, well, you got me right before I put my spoon in my mouth, which is excellent. It's been really fun playing with you guys on this campaign, and I'm excited for tomorrow where Hearthstone is coming out with some big news. New mode, supposedly. Oh.
Ooh.
Nice.
What about you, Mr. Devin?
Also, been very happy with this campaign. I feel like it's just gotten better and better as time has gone on. My career is nuts. Everything's crazy in the agency world, and also on Twitch as well with all this, the MCA nonsense and everything, and just like everything that's going on in the world right now. So yeah, it's just been really busy, but I'm happy to be here. This is pretty much it. I think you've run a fantastic campaign, Koibu.
Well, I think you guys play a fantastic campaign. But let's move on to Ziz, the bacon man himself. How much bacon did you make?
I made bacon. I like bacon. Bacon is life.
How much did you make?
Tell us more.
11 slices?
That's a shitload.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't burn it.
It's a good thing that healthcare is free in your country.
Oh shit. Am I gonna die?
Not
We all
yet.
do.
Yeah.
Right. And last but not least, Destiny.
Hi.
Hey,
What's
good
up?
to see you.
Good to see you too.
How's the new place?
It's great. I have an air conditioner, which means I'm not going to be as fucking miserable all the time on stream. And yeah, that's really
Nice.
the nicest thing about this place. So,
Wait, was that heat related?
was that what?
Was that heat related?
What? Me being grumpy all
You
the
were so
fucking time?
miserable all the time. I thought that's...
It was partially heat related, yeah.
You already blew me up on LSF in his new place, so no, it's not helping. How big is your new place?
It's smaller than my last one, but it has an in-unit washer dryer, which I didn't have. I have a refrigerator in
awesome.
this one, which I didn't have, and I have an air conditioner, which I didn't have. Yeah, and it's $1,000 a month cheaper. So fuck.
What?
Also, I
Goddamn.
noticed that this place in general. Okay, hold on. I'm real quick. I'm sorry. This is such a diversion because my chat called me crazy when I went to the store here. Okay, this is a fairly nice area. I'm in Huntington Beach. Okay, they have condoms in the store, but they're not in like a locked case. I've never seen that before. Every time I go to the store, usually that kind of stuff is in like a locked case. You got to call someone over to open it. Am I the only one, or?
I've seen both.
Okay.
I've seen both. Yeah.
Okay. Trump.
Never seen them locked up before.
Oh,
Never
fuck.
seen them knocked
Weird.
up.
Okay, weird. I feel like it's because everyone in chat is making me sound crazy. Like they've never. Yeah, I feel like whenever I go
Gaslighting you
to.
on condoms.
I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing crazy to me is imagine moving to California and saving $1,000 a month. What in the world?
Moving it. Oh, because of the taxes? Yeah, those are fun. But.
That's just cost of living.
No, I mean, it's amazing that you're saving by moving there.
Oh, no.
he was
I'm saving by
in
moving
California.
from LA down to Huntington Beach. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm still getting absolutely fucking ass blasted into the next dimension by taxes and shit here, but.
And it's gonna get worse. I can't believe that. Like they're gonna try to raise them. I don't know if it'll ever go through, but
Yeah,
Well, why don't we come into game as Corin and Thorbjorn are coming down the mountain looking for a way through. And I believe as you're traveling, Corin, you're in monkey form, right? Because you want to skip all your checks.
Yeah, if we're traveling in like rough terrain, yeah, I'll just be on Ziz's shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Ziz, would you make me a perception check, please? Actually,
I
both of
will.
you. That would be nice. 18 will do it. You're crossing near a new section of river that you haven't seen before because you've been failing to make your way up the mountain like you had wanted to. So you've come a new route, hoping that it will lead you where you want to go. And it is as you are most of the way across a river, you notice movement from the other side in the bushes. And you can see from your place in the middle of the river 3 young dragons. These little green wormlings. These guys are probably only a few years old, maybe 10 at most. But you've been able with an 18 to spot their positions in the bush, hiding, as if they saw you coming and have been moving into place to wait for you. What is your immediate reaction upon seeing these creatures, Thorbjorn?
I freeze and see if they've noticed me.
Oh, yeah. They're watching you. And when you freeze and look at them, they see you, see them. And that will trigger our combat. Because they are not about to let their prey get away.
Prey? They don't know us.
No, I just know that some poor fool has wandered into their territory. You see them begin to make a move in your direction. As you pause, see them, their heads start to crane out. They take steps forward with their feet. But you win initiative.
I'm gonna turn them into crocs.
Into crops? Oh,
Crocs.
I see. Yes. Crocs, nice.
Any percent dragon slaying. All right. Wait, where's the third one? Oh, there.
I guess you don't see them.
I do. Okay. I'm just gonna run up here.
Yeah, let's see. You've got plenty of movement. You'll have to do some jumping from rock to rock, but you've got enough movement speed to make it there.
I used my last rage of the day.
Hmm.
Scary. I've
Wait,
never
use
done
your
that.
last rage of the day? We must be at a new day now. What do you mean?
As in, I have a long rest before I get rages back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I wonder if these guys are fire resistant or fire immune at all. So maybe I should use my great axe instead of the flame tongue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I'm not gonna risk it. I am going to hit twice with my dwarven great axe, and I will add 2 trip attacks as well.
Okay.
Oh no.
26 is a lovely hit. And you said you're raging.
Yeah, I guess I don't get to add a trip attack to that one then.
But you can add a trip attack to the first one.
Yeah.
Doing 14 points of damage, plus another 7 for a total of 21 points of damage. And the dragon will make a strength saving throw against you. Which is a pass, and it remains on its feet.
Action surge.
Ooh.
Wait, can I still move more if I do action surge?
No.
Oh, then I don't do that. I'm actually gonna hold it for once in my life.
Okay.
My turn?
Corin, you are a monkey. You can leave monkey form whenever you want and become a person. What do you want to do?
What's my movement as a monkey? My speed.
Great question. Little monkey, fire monkey, movement speed 30.
Can I hop over here and then unmonkey?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I will hop over here. I will unmonkey.
You become full-fledged Corin again.
And I will take some shots. So, wait, can you see when I draw a ruler?
Mm-hmm.
Top dragon. Okay.
Yep. 80 feet away.
All right.
Notch an arrow.
28. Seems like it will be a hit.
Yes, it is.
11 points of damage. And I would like to do a goading attack. I will add 8 more damage to that as well.
And that is a wisdom save, or what's the save on that?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you.
Yes, it has been goaded by you.
Okay. I will fire once more. 31 to hit.
Same creature.
Yep, 14 damage. And I will use a trip
Excellent.
attack now to trip it. 6 more damage.
And strength save. I think that's going to be a pass, and the dragon will fall prone.
All right, I will pop my action surge. I'm going to shoot this guy in front one time. Crit.
Oh, it actually doesn't matter. You killed the dragon.
Okay.
Which
Oh.
one were you attacking? The bottom one?
Yeah.
Yep. You will crit and kill,
Okay.
and
I'll
the
shoot
dragons are dropping.
this guy. 29 to hit.
Jesus Christ. Yep. Yep.
14 damage. And for a goading attack, if it's using a breath weapon, that's gonna have no impact, basically, right?
Right.
It has disadvantage on attack rolls, but if it's using like magic missile or breath weapon and it's just a save, then there's no advantage there.
Correct.
Okay, I'll just use a trip attack then to try to trip it to slow down its retreat.
Okay. And it'll make its strength save, but these creatures are really... I mean, come on, in one round you took out 2.5 baby warbling dragons, and their turn now, and this one sees its kin fall to pieces. It gets to its feet using half of its movement and is just going to run. It will bolt for the river. Yeah. So 15 feet to get up, and then it'll dash and move another 60 feet, or another 30 feet, I'm sorry, into the river where it submerges itself, and you lose sight of it.
How much sight have I lost of it?
All? You know where it dove into the water, but it is now beneath the waves.
Can I shoot this at like disadvantage or something, or at a big penalty to hit?
If you can't, you can make an attack if you can't see it, and you'll have disadvantage on the attack. The real problem is scoring the right place. So give me a perception check, and that'll see whether or not you are even attacking the right area.
15?
Okay, 15 is going to be a... Yep, that'll be the right square still. Go ahead and give me a attack at disadvantage.
20? I'm gonna
Even
add...
at disadvantage, you will score a shot on the retreating dragon
Nice.
and under the water.
Can I see its HP at all? Can I shoot again?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it up.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, I'll add a 12, and I'm gonna do a trip attack to fuck up its swimming. So 16.
16. There's minus 12. There's minus 4. It
I'll do-
is floundering underwater now. You can see its tail thrashing about as the creature kind of rolls over, revealing its location.
One more shot. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna try to do a precision die here to see if I can bring this up enough to hit it.
It's a natural one. It's a miss no matter what you roll.
We're playing. If it's 5th edition, we're doing net critical fails here.
Yeah, natural one is always a miss.
Uh,
You can keep your superiority die.
fine.
Thorbjorn, you see the bit of red mixing with the water. The
Oh, real
dragon
quick.
thrashing.
That dragon failed its save against me, right?
Yes.
It had to stand up. It had enough movement speed to stand and make it to the water.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Cool. Okay.
Right, but I have 38. It's only 38 feet of movement, so I can run here, which is 23, and then I can like leap at it.
You can throw yourself into the water, plunging down on the dragon in the icy rivers.
Yes.
Ooh. Well,
Literally
let's see
that.
if you hit. No. Nope. You land on near the creature as it thrashes about. One of its
I have 2
claws comes
attacks.
up, catches your hand. You land in the water. Go ahead and make your attack, but now that you're in the water, you will have disadvantage.
I will not reckless attack.
Okay. Ooh, still a miss. The dragon, who I thought was gone, now actually
Action
has a
surge.
chance.
Uh-oh.
Can I just reckless attack? Like, it doesn't say I only have one thing.
So that's when you make your first attack on your turn.
Oh, okay. Oh, but that means all my
all of your
my
attacks
rolls.
for the rest of the turn. Yeah. So go for it.
Oof.
There you go. That's
Die.
home. All right. You slaughter the baby dragon. It dies. Its corpse floats down the river and is no more.
Okay. Cool.
Fun.
Nice.
Pog. You're keeping track of all the shit we kill, right? Because this long rest, we're getting. I want a lot of XP. All right. Cool.
All
Yeah,
right,
to level
back
up.
on the world map. It's just a quick hop, skip, and a jump down the mountainside. So if you would please pass me a DC 14 athletics check, Thorbjorn, for the next day of movement.
No
There you go. You can hop in, and now it's just down the mountainside as desired. And here you go. Cool. So you've made it out of the mountains. You're back in the bamboo section. From here, you know the way to Ember's Keep. There's only 2 of you, so you can move pretty quickly if you want to. But I think now is the time we switch over to the rest of our party.
I've been falling this entire time.
Yes. You've been falling during a thunderstorm, I do believe.
The thunderstorm was over, I thought.
Did it end?
So we
Didn't you steal the stuff in the middle of the thunderstorm?
No, because here's what happened, right? The thunderstorm was really bad. So Trump did like the Splinter Cell mission. He saw them all casting the spell and the ritual in the room. So he comes back to Flintheart. Then he goes again. He sees the giant reading a book. You roll some crazy bullshit number. The giant turns 180 degrees around, finds him, and then Trump's just like, I'm a servant. See you later. Bolts out, and then gets the tablet, and then we jump off.
Right.
Yeah.
Great
So we are
recap,
currently
yes.
falling somewhere on Shelter Bay, and you are going to determine where that was, which is a great source of anxiety.
Yeah. So Shelter Bay, as we know, is directly on a cliffside. Part of it in the ocean, part of it on land. And I believe you guys jumped off the north side of the castle. If I recall the castle layout, that's exactly how it went down.
Makes sense.
So, you guys are in
I'd
the
say
air.
like northeast, right? Based on the direction we came from.
Yep. So you are falling through the night sky, through the clouds, and down below you, you see naught but darkness. You have the tablets. What are you guys doing?
Don't we both drink the potions?
Well, as we're falling, I guess, is it that dark that we can't know how close we are from the Earth?
Yeah, so if it's cloudy at night and you're in the sky, I don't know if you're going to be able to see any of the land below you, since there's no city lights or anything, and all the moonlight and starlight would be obscured by the clouds above you. So tell me, how could you determine the distance to the ground, or tell me that you would be able to see it?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
That's kind of might be an answer to this question. So there was an enormous amount of thunderbolts and stuff that hit Shelter Bay, presumably destroying it. You would think that there was some residual fire and lights from that because it's a jungle.
Good.
And,
That's good.
and there's thunder and like lightning and things like that, right? Yeah.
Lightning strikes can indeed cause wildfires. Just talk to anyone in Northern California right now. The jungle, however, is a little bit more moist. It's not quite such a dry kindling ready to go up. So we're going to make some saving throws here and see if any of the forest here has caught fire. Let's see.
Even single trees would be smoking, right? I mean, this was like described as like a massive,
It was.
This is like no normal lightning storm.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I made 10 saving throws for the forest below. It only failed once, but you will see a glowing section of ground below you that is indicative of a fire burning.
Okay,
so you'll
so we
have
can-
some gauge to the distance of the ground then.
And we
Well
will
done.
just consume our potions in a way that gives us time to, but not so much time that, because what's the duration of a slow fall potion?
I think it's just a
think
minute, isn't it?
Is it?
It's a pretty short time, yeah. I can check.
So this is basically skydiving. We're Navy SEALs.
Yeah. Plus, we want to drink it as late as possible. So
Yeah.
So as to escape the creatures in the sky.
yeah,
Were they
exactly.
actively pursuing us? I don't remember. I think they just thought that, didn't they just think it was weird that there was like a guy on the front windowsill?
No,
mean,
they were
somehow-
shouting, and you heard doors opening and slamming, the stomping of giants' feet.
Okay, so yeah, we pieced out.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can drink your potions. I think you can do it before in plenty of time because you can see the ground coming up quickly. You have the potions in hand. You can like uncork it and hold it in your mouth and like wait till the last moment and drink it and let it take effect. And you've all drunk potions before, so you're familiar with the process and how long it takes to feel like it kicks in. And I think you guys can time that pretty well considering you're level 10, 11. And you will begin to fall slowly. And as you get closer to the ground, you see the ground come up and then begin to pass you as you tumble into the ocean.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. With a big splash, you land in the water. Flintheart, I think you sink.
100%.
I think you
as
just
we're
plunge.
as we're going down and past the ground, you'd say there's a. I think we have a bit of time to converse during the fall as well.
Yeah, you have falling time conversion.
During the last session, we did imply that we knew that it could have been water. So, Flintheart, you have that water-breathing necklace ready, right?
Yeah, Flintheart's been wearing that the whole time anyway. So, how far into the ocean? Do we have any gauge of how far? We probably do, right? Because there's fires on shore. How far in the ocean are we?
You are falling probably less than a mile. Within a mile of shore.
Okay. Well, I will just fall into the ocean and then walk back.
Yeah. I'm just going to follow Flintheart.
Okay.
Hello to the Kraken.
What do you do, though, Trump? You're not going to sink to the bottom of the sea. You're not wearing that much. You don't have that much gear on you, right?
It's true.
So you're going to land and surface, and you will get separated from Flintheart.
I will call to him and like, "Hi, I'm going in the drink."
Actually, okay.
I'll meet you on the shore.
No. Here's what we'll do.
Yeah.
First question.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna trust that it is. I'm gonna hold Flintheart's hand.
Aw.
We'll sink together.
I didn't
Friend?
know you felt that way about me.
Well, since you're slow falling, you won't take any damage from the fall. So it'll be fine. You'll kind of gently bloop, 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 hit the water, and then begin to sink. And you'll both get pulled under. Zai, how long can you hold your breath?
He has an amulet too.
As long as possible, since I can breathe water.
You're wearing your amulet?
Yeah.
On your character sheet? This is the moment where we kill him because he thinks he's wearing an amulet of water breathing, but he's not really.
That's so brutal.
Oh, there it is.
I was the one who just said that I was.
Then I let go of his hand then, and then he floats back up. No problem. But he is wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you try to let go of his hand, but I think he's intentionally holding on.
No,
to
I'm
yours
not
so
letting
he
go
can-
of his hand. I'm not. I'm just saying I
Oh,
would
okay.
have if
I see.
he was gonna die.
If
yeah.
he was panicking. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it makes sense. All right. So you sink to the bottom of the sea, Mr. Flintheart, and you pull Zai down with you. He's kind of like a parachute under the water because he's buoyant and you are not. You've got what? 50 pounds, 65 pounds of plate armor plus a shield.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, you sink to the bottom of the water, of the ocean here. And there is no light to be found. There's no light coming from up above. There's no lights naturally down here. You are in a sea of blackness with silt at your feet, kind of coming from your shins.
Does this glowstone bracelet work?
Yes, it does.
If only we had a light stone.
Right, we have one.
I know.
Well, just overcome all of my environmental challenges then. Yes, you can see down in the bottom of the ocean.
I mean, it just
sheds
depends
light in 60 feet.
how hardcore you
Boy,
want to
but
go.
we're
Like
level 10 characters. You got to throw more than darkness and water at us,
A
okay?
giant fish appears. It's 300 feet long. It kills you instantly. You own this encounter, Koibu. It's like
You'd
it's
be
okay.
lucky there's no breath weapon in the water, right?
What if it's like a whirlpool effect?
Oh, what if it's
Or ice.
It sucks
Ice
you
is good.
in instead of spitting things out?
That's hardcore. Yeah.
Well, you guys can march along the bottom floor. Give me a D6.
We just like
Yeah.
On a
Imagine
4 or
it's like
higher, the
in
Kraken
middle.
finds you.
A 6. Higher is
Ooh.
better. Smile. Wave at you.
All right. Well, you make your way towards the shore, and why don't you give me a D20 Zai?
All right. Woohoo, 2. Lower is
Yeah,
better,
you're
right?
fine. This is our encounter check. You will pass large octopus. You will pass big fish. You will pass weird looking things that have like little dangly bits from their forehead that have bioluminescence that kind of shine in the distance for a moment and then vanish and then like reappear close to you and then vanish again. You will even pass what looks to be a spear, a relatively new spear made out of what do you call it? Shark tooth for the tip of the spear, and then some sort of strange plant-like material you are familiar with for a haft.
Really? There's just a spear at the bottom of the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Yeah.
grab it, right? That's
Yeah, it doesn't
interesting.
look like any spear you've seen before. It doesn't look like a goblin
It's just
spear.
like-
It doesn't look like a human spear. Like the shaft of it is nice and firm and hard, but it's heavy. And the head of it is made out of shark tooth and kind of been carved by a gentle hand into many, many little spikes and barbs.
Is it stuck in the ground or is it laying there like it's been discarded?
It's laying like it's been discarded.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, definitely we'll grab that. That's really cool. That's super neat.
Okay.
Yeah. At this moment, you guys can't really talk to each other, but you can point and look and make faces. As Flintheart goes over to pick up the spear.
Oh, is it
Sai,
actually
how
like
are
a
you-
giant fish?
Oh.
How are you connected to him? Because you can't necessarily just be holding his hand. Are you like the whole way through? I mean, I guess maybe you can. Are you like grabbing onto his
That was
armor?
so
Are you
stupid. I should have
backpacking on
known it.
him?
God, yeah.
How are
Oh,
you?
You know, I was
Mm,
suckered into.
Yeah.
I was thinking we were just holding hands the whole time.
yeah.
Okay, so you're like he's pulling you along
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I guess you can be swimming and kicking.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, Flintheart, you go to pick up this spear. And
Why
as
would
you
there be
do
a
so-
fucking spear at the bottom of the ocean? What the fuck was I thinking? It's so stupid.
Rare magic find.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Koibu's so nice. He just left treasure here. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
must be a magic spear on the
I mean,
bottom
it could have
of the
been.
ocean.
There was like a fight on ships above, and a warrior was slain, and his spear
Yeah.
fell to the bottom of the ocean, and his magical sword survives while he
Possible.
decomposes. Like, yeah.
As you grab the spear, I will need you to make me a saving throw. I think a wisdom saving throw.
Really?
Yeah. This spear is trapped with a hold person spell, and the first person to grab it will be held. So you grab hold of the spear
Oh my
and then
God.
find yourself like locking and freezing in place.
DC 15.
Oh, you're a fucking paladin. I actually have to look this up now. I was just gonna wing it, but I don't think it can be. 4, 8.
Also, I think I have a new aura that's cool. Might do something. Let me take a look.
No, it's not a DC 15 save. Okay. Never mind. You feel magic from the spear trying to overcome you, trying to lock down your joints, trapping your mind in a place where you cannot move, going to the, what do they call it? The
sunken place.
the sunken place. Yes. But you shake off the feeling, you pull out of it, and you retract your hand, knowing full well that this is a trapped item.
Did I break the trap? Or did I? Wait. First of all, would I just died instantly? Because like you would have said like your lungs lock up or something. Like would have just
No,
been
no. Of course, you
insane?
keep breathing when you're held.
I'm just stuck there for a long time.
You would have been held until something happens. Who knows what?
Okay, you know what? All right. So what my main question is, if I grab that thing again,
Mhm.
do I have to repass the save, or have I beaten it? Is it like a will check?
Well, if you trap something with a magic spell to activate upon the item being touched, do you think that's a one-time thing, or do you think that's going to be like, if that's a permanent trap that is always there, that's a pretty powerful permanent trap, right?
Yeah,
It's
that'd
much
be
easier
insane.
to make something a temporary, a one-time trap.
Mhm.
So it depends on who made this.
Do I need to evaluate this? Like,
Yeah, but I think that's just a Devin evaluation, not a mechanical in-game evaluation or out-of-game evaluation.
really? Like,
Yeah.
so like an Arcana check can't help me here?
Maybe. That's a good argument.
Yeah, like to understand the nature of the 17.
It would have to be pretty freaking powerful to do that, and a random spear at the bottom of the ocean seems like a really bad place to do that. With your best judgment, this is a one-time maneuver.
Can I do a history check on the spear and see if I recognize its origins?
Sure. So you sit here thinking about the spear using your knowledge of Arcana and history
A fish made it.
make a good judgment. Zai, what are you doing?
Why? I mean, I imagine that the fact that he even got hold person isn't obvious to me.
Probably. That's very true. You just see him grab the spear and then retract.
I
and
will
just look at it.
I will look at
perfect.
Trump. I'll be like,
Wonderful. I'm gonna let him do his thing. So, I don't respond. I nod.
I'll grab it.
Okay. You grab the spear. Nothing happens.
Okay. Okay. I just took Trump and
All right. And you guys trot off, spear in hand. This is now where I ask both of you for a perception check at disadvantage because you're underwater and you don't have your ears and there are
fuck.
extra directions to look, including upward. But a 24 on your perception check. there.
Disadvantage, you said.
Oh, I did say disadvantage.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so we both got very bad.
Okay. Zai, will you make me one more perception check at disadvantage?
Okay. Ooh.
12. Okay. What do you wear for shoes, Zai? Are you a sandals man or are you a shoes man?
Sandals.
Sandals? Okay. You feel like the tiniest little tug on your feet. And as you look back, you can see some sort of merfolk creature swimming away from you very quickly, as if it like came up and like touched you and then turned and bolted in the opposite direction away from your light as fast as possible. It moves quite quietly down here in the water.
Wow. I tug at Flintheart real fast and like I gesture towards that area where it just
Yeah,
came
I'll
from.
like whirl around. Can we get like a look at it as it goes away?
Yeah, it's
out of
got
the
a fish-like tail at the back end of it as it swims away from you. Body of a human, or upper
Humanoid.
torso of a human, lower torso of a fish, basically. And away it goes.
Nothing we can do about it, I think.
No, it's just swimming away from you fast.
Yeah. So that's that. Can't do
Alright,
anything about it.
You will continue your journey undersea until you make it to a cliff. Big underwater cliff.
Oh, that sucks. Let's
Does
see.
it? Can we just go up it?
I could. You can't.
I
know.
can.
You
could,
can climb a
here.
cliff like you would
Oh.
climb a mountain.
Oh, it's
I
that kind
suppose.
of climbable cliff. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a cliff down. It's cliff up. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
cliff up. Cliff up. So I will need a athletics check from Flintheart. I think the buoyancy you gain from being underwater and the penalty for being in a foreign environment should cancel each other. So it should just be a standard athletics check,
Yep.
which you'll pass no problem. And Zai can swim. So once again, you guys overcome all your obstacles and pop out onto the coast, climbing up a cliffside, and eventually making your way to shore.
I will
When-
spend the requisite time like puking out my water.
Yeah. You guys can puke out the water, get yourself nice and dry, or as dry as you can in the hot, moist jungle. And when the sun dawns the next day, you will find that you are here at this hex, looking northward across the shallow sea, or the little inland sea here, whatever you want to call this, bay, the bay, and you can be on your way.
Yay.
So, both parties are, let's see. Both parties will miss each other on their way back to Ember's Keep. It's just going to be a series of encounter checks, if there are any encounters, and then we'll get you guys back to Ember's Keep. So can I get 1, 2, 3, 4d20 from Trump, and 1, 2, 3, 3d20 from Corin?
Nice roll.
Damn.
What do you want, a 40-20?
Jesus.
3d20 for you.
Am I rolling high or low?
Don't
You're
Encounter
trying to
checks.
dodge certain numbers.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so Corin and Ziz will make it all the way back. Corin and Thorbjorn will make it all the way back to Ember's Keep without any problems. Zai and Flintheart, however, not so lucky. Your first 2 encounters are going to be in these areas, so your next one is in the jungle. Let's see if the 2 of you can handle some mild monsters. Can you give me a D100, Zai?
Yep.
Probably fine. You guys are so strong. Yeah, giant mosquitoes, not a problem for you. Give me another check for as you go through the swamp.
Bug spray.
25 in the swamp. Ooh. That could be scary. Nope, not if there's only 2 of them. You can see 2 electric eel hounds and, shoo them away. And it's going to be fine. So, 5 days later, the party reconvenes in Ember's Keep. Corin, actually, it's probably like 6 days later, you guys re-arrive in Ember's Keep. Trump and Devin will make it there first. Corin and Flintheart will make it there second. But you guys will reconvene in the shelter of the town in the middle of the swamp.
Are we worried? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I was going to say, are we worried about those giants chasing us? Is that
We
something?
should talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to
Now
take
the
a break
party's
first?
And then I got some stuff to tell you about some hammer.
Okay.
We can talk about it now. It seemed like a natural breaking point. You guys concerned about the giants?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yep.
I was going to say, unfortunately, we can't go by precedence here. I imagine they probably don't come down often, but I also imagine they probably don't have their books stolen from them often.
Well, they also thought we were from Shelter Bay and destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no leads as to how to find us.
Did
Right.
they really destroy all of Shelter Bay?
didn't
We don't
check, but
know.
there was a big thunderstorm there.
Or those
What
just
did the
those...
fire look like, Koibu?
the
Was it
poor
like a
guy-
huge wildfire, or we
No, it
see
was
an-
actually a pretty small fire. It looked
Was
like
there
there were just a
anything
couple of
illum-
things that were hit.
Okay. So we don't really know the damage that got done.
Yeah.
Damn. Poor, what was it? It's goblins that live there, right?
The goblins.
Yep.
Rip.
This game is not nice to goblins. Let me tell you what. This campaign. It's been a very, very tough year for the goblins.
I can't help but feel sorry for the goblins, but it was what I could think of quickly.
Yep. They first Grub dies, then they get Goblin 19, then they've got to deal with Shelter Bay. Just not good.
Goblin 19.
Bunch of trouble here.
Okay.
So
But the good news is we got the tablets.
yeah. Now that we're here, are we doing anything about the cloud giant? We didn't even know where to find them or how to go get them if we did. Like we're kind of just hosed, right? Like there's nothing. There's nothing we can do until they do something.
Well,
Yeah,
right
I
now what
think
we need to
about-
decide, the biggest decision we have before us, if we want to take a long rest here or not.
That's
We
actually
should.
an even easier decision is we can just warp out of here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
So I think when Flintheart and I got here, we'll warn the council members. We just stole something from the storm giants. I don't know if they will follow us, but if they do, we should get ready to evacuate everyone.
Or tell them we weren't here.
How much do those tablets weigh?
It's like 20 pounds a piece, I think.
Isn't this also assuming that the tablet is like enough for them to like go on a freaking personal vendetta and like because like this was in their drawer. This was in the guy's drawer. It wasn't like being used to power their castle. Yeah.
Possible they didn't know the value of it.
Yeah, like if something doesn't, if someone jacks something from me, I don't really.
You destroyed their whole town. That might be good enough.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think we just leave it until something happens, and then we just warp out.
Cool. You guys can all rest the night. The next day, you will. Where's the hiding? There we go. You can meet with a few people here in Ember's Keep, who will, talk to you about what's going on. You tell them that you've united, that you've got the last books. Are you going to let them know at all that the Empire is coming together? Or are you just going to move on and, deal with bringing everyone together at a later point?
Sure. I'll make a speech about that. Our task is complete down here. We have obtained these tablets, which were required to bring Riki to our empire. This is why they helped set up the portal, the circle for you. In case the storm giants decide to come bother you, make sure to send someone through the portal and warn the empire. And just try to evacuate everyone the best you can.
I'm sorry, what? This is the warrior of the group. Excuse me?
Well, there are storm giants to the southeast near Necrot.
If there's something really big that comes over, just send somebody through the portal and find us, and we'll come and kill them. Or talk to them. I don't know.
Are you saying that Ember's Keep might be stormed by storm giants?
No, they'll probably be fine. Don't worry about it. But just in case, if you do see one, you could come find us. Should be no reason why they would come. I mean, they haven't yet tonight, but you never know.
Crosses her arms.
Probably just a random thing. Anyway, we got to be going now. Got to get these books to these people. Busy.
If we're supposed to be allies and neighbors, and we're joined together, I think you should let us know what's going on.
Just some giants, Looks to
It's as simple
I'll
as...
step forward and talk.
You're gone.
All right,
you
listen.
are here. Oh yeah,
we're all here in Ember's Keep, right?
Yes, that's right. I forgot you're here.
We were out and about in these mountains. We wandered across some large dumbass. We killed him. Might be a few people in the clouds that are upset about it. Probably nothing. I doubt they'll come down. There's not much to worry about. I don't know why these clans are making it a bigger deal than it seems to be. If there is trouble, you can send word for us and we'll come and do something about it. But those old farts haven't come down from those clouds in thousands of years. I doubt they're going to come down now because one of those dumbasses fell down some few rocks, okay? We're good.
Well said.
Thank you for the honest transparency. And that's that. You guys can hop into your teleport.
Can I talk to the party for a minute?
Well,
Like before we go?
yeah.
Oi, so I've been meaning to tell y'all something. If we could gather around for a moment.
Let's huddle, team huddle.
So, that hammer we got? He
Yes.
There's a man in it.
What?
There's a man in it. Oh,
Let him
not
go?
just any man, a dwarf.
What do you mean inside it? It's like, I know dwarfs are small, but they're not that small.
He either is the hammer or he is in the hammer. Not quite sorted that out yet. Now put it on the ground, and I'll be like, "Oh, can you talk to them?"
Do we
When
know
Hart
anything?
stares at the hammer.
Flintheart, you are so dumb.
No, I'm serious. There's a man in the hammer. He talks to me.
Why
He
would
told
you
me-
think the hammer was his man? Why do you think there's a man in the hammer?
Because he talked to me.
Why isn't the hammer talking?
The man, he introduced himself within the hammer. He said
Oh.
hello. And he said that we woke him up. he was the Thane that was here before. The other Thane.
I go up to the hammer and I like knock on it and I was like, "Hello, little dwarf, are you awake inside the hammer?"
I don't know what Devin's talking about. There's
Wait.
nothing happening in the hammer. It's just a hammer on the ground.
Wait, what do you mean?
Fast one.
You're the guy that told me about it. Okay, okay, the man was a Thane. He said hello, and I was going to introduce him. I'm not just making. Why would I lie? After all this time, why would I just say this?
I put my hand on Devin's forehead to like take his temperature. Does he have a fever?
He's sweating, you know, and his head is warm.
You know, he is a little warm. He might have like, you know, you guys were you guys? I'm guessing they've told me how they traveled back with the water and stuff. And I was like, you know, maybe like all that time in the water wasn't good for him. You know, you might be catching something.
Why would I tell you that there's a man in the hammer if I didn't think there was a man in the hammer?
Oh no, I understand. You
completely believe
think there's a
that-
man in the hammer.
We completely believe that you believe there's a man in the hammer.
Okay, good. Now, I guess he doesn't want to talk to anybody besides me, which makes this difficult, and I must sound crazy. He identified
No.
himself as Zoran, and he said he was the Thane of all dwarves. He said that the king of Blue Steel City doesn't deserve the hammer because he did not fight for it, and a true dwarf fights for what they earn.
He was
What are
pretty
you trying
cowardly,
to
just
say?
sending out minions to get the hammer for him instead of getting it himself. That makes sense.
He said that a Thane who wouldn't risk his life is no Thane at all, and that we should usurp the Thane and take the Empire for ourselves.
Well, that went from 0 to 100 real quick.
I'm not though. It's the man in the hammer. That's what he said.
You do know who Zoran is, right?
I do know, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Wait,
do
how do
we
I
know?
know?
because he's the ancient dwarven Thane of who the hammer belongs to.
Oh
Originally.
shit. Okay.
That's why it's called the Hammer of Zoran.
Oh,
'cause it belonged to him.
the hammer of Zoran, and it's Zoran's hammer, and Zoran is taught. Okay, got it. All right, cool. Okay, so I don't know how the original thing got stuck in the hammer. Probably should have asked the evil creature. He might have known, but now we can't do that. So that's what he told me. I bring it up to you guys because you know sharing is caring. We're all in this together, etc.
Oh, I know this one. I know this one. Maybe whoever wields the hammer but dies wearing it, maybe your essence goes into the hammer to empower it for future users.
I have an idea. Why don't we bring it to the witch, the very powerful wizard, since we're still in Ember's Keep? She tells us about the man in the hammer. Then you know I'm not crazy.
Sure.
If
that
we
would
walk
make
up
you
and
feel
touch the
better.
hammer, if we like hold it, can we hear anything?
You pick up the hammer and it's just a heavy chunk of metal.
Wait, he's not cursed?
We don't hear anything from inside the hammer? No? Okay.
No.
Can we go get the witch that runs the town?
Yeah,
And
you
ask
can
her.
find Jaren.
The chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have her name written down as Jaren.
Isn't that a guy name?
It seems like a guy name, but it's what's written down next to witch. And
Okay.
below 3 women in the council. So,
Let's go with Jaren.
yeah. Let's go with Jaren.
It's what's written down.
Maybe it's Jaraine?
Ah, that sounds better. Yeah.
Maybe. It's been so long since we've seen her, I've kind of forgotten how we're supposed to pronounce this. You can find the witch in the keep with her 2 other leaders of the town, the 2 other council members. One of them is the warrior, Grace, that you were talking to earlier, and one represents the people. Her name is Siphon. And you
will-
spot them coming back, and they look to you and say, I thought you were leaving.
We were, but forgot a small thing. You see, this hammer is talking to me. I think there might be a man inside it. But they think I'm crazy. And we wanted to know what you think.
Grace and Jerain both quickly move forward to examine the hammer, both very interested by the talking hammer with the man in it. Siphon keeps her distance, not really too concerned about this, and lets the other two take the point. They start badgering you with questions. What hammer is this? It looks amazing, asks Grace, while Jerain says, this man, are you sure it's a man? Is it a masculine voice or is it just a person? Is man here representative of mankind or representative of a masculine figure in particular?
It's a dwarf. A dwarf named Zoran. Or so he self-identifies. He claims he's the thane of all dwarves. A king of all kings of all people.
Where did you get the hammer? Says Grace once more.
We bought it off a thing over on the west side.
A deep spawn.
You bought a magical talking hammer?
We did. More of a
From
trade,
a deep
really.
spawn.
Aye.
She looks perplexed. The witch stands back, casts a spell.
Ooh.
Everyone, any reactions to Grace Jerain casting a spell?
Winehart thinks it's cool.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
It goes.
expected.
Yep, it resolves.
Basher.
And her eyes glitter, and her mouth goes slightly agape, and she steps towards the hammer and says, "Do you have any idea what this is, or how? I don't even know what this is, but it's radiating
I know this
incredible
one.
amounts of magic."
It's the hammer of Zoran. Was I right? Do I win?
She shrugs. What is the hammer of Zoran? I've never
This
heard
one.
of this.
I point at the hammer.
I'll tell her, long ago, my people traveled to a place called Porthos on a great quest to defeat some evil or some such. Anyway, the Thane of all dwarves got stuck there. And in some way, his essence was trapped in this hammer, we think. All the people died. The hammer was lost for thousands of years. Hundreds of years? Something like that. Anyway, until we came back and traded this guy for it. And now we have it. And here we are. And now it's talking to me. But only me. It won't talk to anybody else.
She steps forward, places a hand very gently on the hammer, and says loudly in a clear voice, "O great dwarven king who resides within this weapon, show yourself to me." And then she looks a little startled, and then she giggles and takes a few steps back and looks over at Flintheart. Well, that's quite something, isn't it?
Whoa,
What
no.
do you
Are you
mean?
seeing it too? Or is it contagious?
What is quite something? What does that mean?
I have never spoken to an intelligent weapon before, and yet
You
here
spoke
one
to
is
it.
before me. I did.
I'm not crazy. I told you guys. I wouldn't let you down. I wouldn't lie to you. See, the witch thinks it too.
She steps forward and gently takes your hand and places it upon the hammer and says, "You must be touching it to speak with it."
Yeah, but I heard there's some sort of curse. Maybe this is the curse and it's turning everybody crazy.
I think you just touched the hammer to speak with it.
What's the worst that can happen? I touched the hammer.
You touch the hammer and it's
What if we all touch it at
a
once?
cold
Can
hammer.
it speak to everybody?
Yeah, you all put your hands on it and you hear in your mind's eye or your mind's ear, "Oi, what's the meaning of this, short legs, huh? What am I, some sort of sideshow to you?"
Oh, this is amazing. It talks. Can it do any tricks?
This is
Oh,
no
yeah, I got the
tricks.
trick. It's called Your Nuts Meets My Face, boy.
This
But how
right
are you-
here is the original dwarf, the OG, the OD. This is
Amazing.
the Thane of all dwarves.
It's a great
Would
honor
you-
to talk to you.
Yeah, honor schmonner. Would you tell this yellow-bellied sucker that he needs to take over the kingdom of the dwarves for himself? He's got this crazy notion that he should be serving a coward who currently sits the throne.
Hey, is it better to serve a coward that lives to serve his people, or to serve a brave man like you that dies in combat and abandons his civilization for ruin?
Oh, snap.
You got me mixed up with a different dwarf.
Well, I mean, we found this
Zoran, not
hammer.
Portheus.
We found this hammer in a swamp. Were you not killed by the deep spawn, or did somebody rob this from your grave?
That was Portheus, the last dwarf to wield me.
How did you
Zoran.
get here?
What, you want the secrets of the universe dispelled to you or something? Look.
Just
I
wanted a
built the
story.
hammer.
Thought you were kind of cool, you know.
I had this hammer crafted for myself a long, long time ago, and the only way to make it such was to put a part of myself in it. I didn't realize at the time that meant when I died, I would be forever in this hammer, for all time. So here I am, and I'm bloody glad to be out of that goddamn swamp. And I want to go back to our people.
Wait, so what was it like living with a deep spawn for so long? Did you have any long conversations?
No. No. It was just darkness and mud.
Well, that must have been kind of boring. We're a lot more fun.
Aye.
Certainly.
Well,
But-
I mean, it feels like you're
we-
demanding us to go to civil war, essentially, with the other dwarves. It's not like the other
You don't-
Thane is going to lay his claim to rule down in favor of somebody that walks in with a magical hammer, no?
All right, maybe I'm a little bit ready to go, but I've been sitting in the swamp for a long fucking time, okay? Maybe I'm just a little ready to see some action here. I'm not suggesting we slaughter all the other dwarves. That's not the point. The point is to lead our people. There's just an unqualified son of a bitch on the throne, as I understand it. This guy braved his life. I've seen him do it multiple times.
Well, listen, you sound like a pretty enthusiastic speaker. I don't know how long you've been stuck in that hammer there, but I don't think anybody around here would be too keen on giving up their entire kingdom to a talking magical weapon. Maybe if you talk to him for a bit, maybe you could persuade him that our buddy Flint Heart Blue still here, whatever, is ready to lead the dwarves. What do you think?
Well, the dwarves are a very honorable people. If you, Thane, were to talk to the king of Blue Steel City and say that he should abdicate, it's very likely by an honor code that he shall. But he is part of the blood and generations of all of us.
Possible. But do you want to be the Thane who got to be a Thane because a magic hammer said that you should be, rather than the Thane who became a Thane because he led his people? You know? Do you
Okay,
want to
hold
be the
on,
person
listen
who was
here.
given power or who took power for himself?
You dwarves like to blow up and kill and destroy everything, okay? But we've already done all the
Whoa.
killing and blowing up and the destroying of things, okay? These are people that we're trying to forge relationships with, as much as I hate to admit it.
How many dwarves do you even fucking know?
Wait, more than we would ever care to know, unfortunately, after all these damn journeys we've been on. But listen, okay? If we can avoid having a transfer of power that leads to us having to slaughter half a dwarven civilization because some people declare allegiance to one ruler or to another. We've watched stuff like this happen in the past. There's no reason to do all this bloodshed if we don't need to, okay? We're old, we're tired. You don't know what we've gone through to get this goddamn weapon and everything else we've done on this island. Why can't you just have a word with the Thane? I don't know, can you turn yourself off? Tell him the hammer won't respond to a leader that can't fight, and then we'll simply transfer rulership to Flint. Is it Flint Heart or Flint Steel or Blue Steel? I always mix your fucking name up.
Flint Heart Blue Steel.
Flint Heart Blue Steel.
Just combine all of them, you're good.
Flint, yeah, to our buddy Flint Dwarf over here.
Flint Dwarf.
Listen here, maybe things have changed. Last I checked in, the rule of dwarven law was he who holds the hammer leads the dwarves. There ain't no bloodshed necessary. All this boy needs to do is show up with the hammer, proclaim himself leader, and Bob's your uncle.
And by Bob's your uncle, I assume you mean remove his head from his body, yeah?
No, you need not remove no heads. The current dwarf should step down. If
Will he honor
won't
the
step
code?
he won't honor it if he's not going to honor it while you're wielding the hammer, he's not going to honor it while he's wielding the hammer. You know what I mean? If he's an honorable dwarf, all you need to do is declare yourself Thane.
He didn't seem too keen on giving up any power when we were there. Why would he send Flint Steel off to get this hammer knowing that he was undoing his own rule?
Honor goes past this for dwarves. For dwarves, honor is the final issue. Our history has been bred and cultured the very ground up to respect and honor the code. We are our history or we are nothing.
All right, well, if you believe the
Breaking
dwarves,
that right now.
if dwarves are
I'm
this
glad
honorable,
you think honor is so important because we should honor our deal, right? We said we'd get this dwarf king his hammer.
We said we'd bring the hammer back. We did not say we'd give it to him.
Is that very honorable, though? Isn't that just semantics?
well, hey, honor schmonner, I kind of like the idea of this little dwarf here, who I feel owes us a few favors, being in charge of all the dwarves. I think that puts us in a pretty position, no?
Sure.
It
but
solidifies us as the leaders of the city in this way. We don't treat it the same way we've treated everything. We'll be a council. Us four decide what happens. As far as they'd be concerned, they have a thing.
Hey, you
As long
know,
as I
we've
get
done
to
enough.
kill things. I don't care.
We've done enough crazy stuff here. Walking into a dwarf city and essentially telling them to get on their knees and bow before us sounds pretty fun to me. I don't really care much at this point. He's got this huge magic hammer. I don't see them turning him down. If they really are as honor-bound as he says, should be pretty easy to bring him in line. Yeah?
Sure.
Yep.
The only
I've just
question...
got one-
All right, go
I've
ahead.
got one question for you, Thane. Do you have any memory of anything that's been going on the last 1,000 years?
I can't tell you how long I've been underwater. I had no idea what's going on during those
Oh.
times.
Oh,
But
did
before
you-
that, oh
wait.
yeah.
I need to know. Did you know that the storms came and the mountains rose?
Who is this buffoon? Huh?
Nope.
Huh?
That's he's no dummy. He's no buffoon. This is a real event. Things have changed a lot over the last 1,500 years.
Yeah, no shit. The world's gone to hell. I
That
remember
great
when this
event is
whole place.
what he's alluding to when the storms came and the mountains rose.
Yeah, I know all about it. But the way he
How-
phrased it
how
made him
can you
sound
know?
like a ninny.
Wait, how
What
can you
the-
know?
Cause I was there
When the storms came and the mountains rose?
1,500 years ago when the storms came and the mountains rose.
Oh, okay.
I was there.
I've been dying to know this. Why did the storms come and the mountains rise?
Oh, well, you're not gonna like what I have to tell you,
Oh,
son.
you can actually
I
answer
don't
this
even know
question.
if you'll believe me.
Of course,
Oh.
we'll believe you.
It was your people. You humans. You lazy, power hungry, holier than thou humans who thought that they could control the world. Who thought, we are the gods' favorites. We've got all the magic. We'll just resurrect the kings when they die and we'll just keep them going for years after years. It was your people out in the west, out in the east, that drove the gods to this might, who were so evil, so greedy, so corrupt, so, how would you call it, self-serving in their use of power, that the gods had to rend the world anew. It was your people who led us down this path.
Well, the gods might be ready to come back and revisit because we're about to build the largest civilization this island has ever seen, headed by none other than us, the humans. So,
Also, that can't be right because we killed the last ruler of that civilization. She was dead. She wasn't
Sort
alive.
of. She was. Remember the one that we saw that was already was it looking like a human, preserved by some kind of dark magic?
Oh no.
Thane, we went into a mountain and we saw 4 rulers. We even know their names. I'll tell him. I don't remember the names, but I'll tell him the names.
Oh, you got the wrong kingdom. That's the Western Kingdom, lad. The Eastern Kingdom. Those were the ones.
They were sustained by unholy magic. They were dead, but they yet lived. We fought them ourselves. It was
yeah. They're also fucking corrupt and also part of the reason. But it was the Easterners. They were the real troublemakers. Why
Because
do you
they
think the
resurrected
gods
people?
dropped a fucking mountain on them.
they
They just
resurrected people.
sank the people in the West. They completely obliterated the people in the East.
And this is because they used foul magic.
Oh, it's not like someone casts a spell and the gods get their panties in a bunch and then rain down fire and brimstone. We're talking long, long sustained periods of corruption, using holy magics for evil, selfish purposes, that sort of thing. It's not a little incident here, little incident there. We're talking, generations of evil corruption. Human-made corruption. Have you to know that? Us dwarves? Our land got a little fucked up, but we adjusted. The elves, they went from forest to jungle, but their lands were pretty much untouched. The human lands, ravaged. Poor halflings got the worst end of the stick. They all got wrecked.
what do you know about these magic books we've been collecting on the island here? Do you know anything about the magic books or these wizards that want to get all these magical books together? You ever heard of a kingdom or a city called Riki?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, are you going to say anything else? Or, I can't imagine you have much else to do in that
Riki-
hammer all day but talk to us.
Look, Riki's what do you call them? New people, huh? I don't know too much about them. They were around when Portheus went on his little quest and got himself killed, the dumbass.
But what do you know about these magical books they want? What happens when you bring all of them together? What could a great wizard do if he had all of these magical books in his
The
possession?
ancient bronze tablets that we've collected over the course of several, maybe years now. I don't know how long we've been doing this, but it's been quite a while.
These are the Farron spell books, huh?
Yes.
Ferris.
That's right.
Ferris is a man, was a man, maybe still is, who knows, of great power and repute. He came here to Arcadia, to Bravo, as this island should properly be called, and he helped unify the eastern lands into one solid kingdom. It was his books that brought them to the height of their power. Some would say it was this power that led them to their corruption, which brought the storms and the mountains. Others would say, power is its own thing. Power is not inherently good or evil. An army could be used to destroy great kingdoms, or it could be used to protect the lives of its people. So, these spell books, tremendous source of magic. The spells contained within these books can open portals to other dimensions, magic great beasts into existence from nothing, completely obliterate people, disintegrate them outright. But these powers can also be used for good. It all depends upon the hands in which they sit. So, do you trust these wizards of Riki?
I think we might have fucked up. So the elves, them keepers over in the north there, northeast as it were. Do you trust them to have the best interests of the island in mind?
I trust them to have the best interest of themselves in mind. But those ninny Nancy elves are always such, what do you call them, isolationists, such homebodies, They, last I heard, they just wanted to keep everything just the way it was. Keep the status quo forever and ever and ever. So, if you think the status quo is in the best interest of people, then, yeah, sure, the elves are great. But if you ever want change, they'll stop you. Or they'll try to in some way, shape, or form. I mean real lasting change. Not like, 20 years of change.
I don't know if giving these books to the humans and giving them such power was a good idea. We don't really know what they would use them for.
Well, speaking of the elves, why didn't the elves step in to stop the humans? Did they just not know?
Why didn't the elves do something about those in the east? Well,
yeah. It disrupted their status quo by quite a bit, I imagine.
Humans are... Did you know that humans were the creation of Malchus, god of chaos? They're his favorite. They're his chosen people. Are you aware of that, Nancy Monkman?
I love the war.
No.
Nah, you people, such creatures of chaos. Your lives are so bleeding short. By the time you hit 75, you're done doing all your great things. Who has ever done something great after they turn 65 in human years, huh? And in those few little years there, you can go from completely worthless to absolutely overwhelming with power. And then poof, like that, you're gone. Dead. From old age. Elves? I live about 1,000 years or so. They come together. They meet once a year, and then they go back to their own little homes. And if the elves ever really want to get something done, they need to meet and then talk and then meet and then talk. And it takes them, 10, 20, 30 years to react to some sort of change in the area around them. But in 10, 20, 30 years, one of you humans, oh my God, the amount of power you can achieve in that amount of time can take an elf by surprise. They were, not quite aware of the things that were happening and far too slow to react. They heard things, I assume. They're quite smart, even if they're slow. But they must have heard things and decided, let's see where it goes. Because, that's how they always handle issues. Let's just see where it goes. Let's just, everyone's got their moments. They come and they go, he says, using like a mocking elven accent. The humans, they get a little power, they go away. This time, They sat by and they sat by, and then by the time they realized how bad the situation had become, it was too late.
Oh, well, the elves have had the chance to stop us, and they haven't thus far, so I assume they don't think anything too catastrophic is going to happen once we turn these books in.
They did come to us
in
and
their own lessons.
they did come to us and ask us if we would give them all the books. I don't remember for what. The alliance, maybe?
No, I think they were testing us to get that dumb nymph for the farmers up in the northwest.
I know a very good saying. If nobody comes from the future to stop you from doing what you're about to do, then how bad of a decision can it really be?
That's one way to look at it. What about you?
Sorry about him, you know. He's just
Hammer,
he's the odd man out.
hammer guy. Can any dwarf that touches this hammer hear your voice?
What? I can speak to them. Yeah.
Well, you didn't seem very talkative when we touched the hammer earlier. Does it require a dwarf?
Oh yeah, because you came up and you went, oh, and you gave it a little tap. What am I supposed to do? Like, give you a diatribe when you only touched me for a half a second? No. Besides, it's not like I can tell what the fuck's going on.
For the
around
record,
here all the
Koibu, you
time.
said that I picked up the hammer and held it. And you said it was just a heavy hammer. You didn't just say I tapped it very quickly. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes you're just a little quiet. Yeah, that's good to know. Well,
I'm not some sort of circus freak here to perform for you. Oh, let me talk to you, master. Let me sing to you. Let me tell you tales long ago. And
can
help
you
you
I
get
mean,
through
some
it.
would
That
beg
would
to
be
differ.
amazing.
You're quite the freak, and I think you'd do well in a circus, so you're not too far off from that. Do we have anything that we need to do here, or can we take a rest before we head back, guys?
We have to decide what we're doing with this hammer and the thane, and are we walking into the Dwarven city and saying, fuck you guys, we run this place now.
Yeah. I think the most important
Okay.
decision we need to decide now is, do we want to hand those tablets in to the Wizards of Riki, or do we want to go and claim the Dwarven kingdoms for you first?
I think we hand in the tablets first.
Aye. Now, let's ask an even mind. Zai,
Yeah. This entire
what is
time
your
we've been-
thoughts on
this
that
entire
tablet?
time we've been traveling, we've been trying to unify the island and at least it seems like the Riki people would be most useful to do so, and then the dwarves after.
And we have no problem with them being able to summon interdimensional creatures and Cthulhu's and shit like that.
Yeah, if
seemed
they
like
summon an
good
interdimensional
allies.
hole and they fall on their ass, let them do it. Who cares? We should be fine.
They've seemed like good allies so far.
What's the worst that could happen?
So be it.
I don't see a bunch of book nerds being too big a threat to us.
Well, you know the saying, if no one's ever come from the future to stop you, then it's not that bad of an idea.
That's very wise.
All right.
Besides, and I'm going to muse as I hold this hammer, the work of resurrection, that isn't even covered in the Farron spellbooks, right? That's a different type of magic.
Totally different. Yeah, that's divine magic there to bring people back from the dead. Farron, he's I think he was a sorcerer. It's hard to tell. The
Haven't
man
you-
is well-traveled, let's call it. A mysterious person who drops off all this power for this empire over here and then fucks off, not even ruling it himself. Oh, he's a mysterious one, this Farron man. Or at
Haven't
least he
you
was.
done something that no other creature has ever done in the history of this world? You exist beyond death.
Well, maybe. Who knows how many worthless hammers and axes and hatchets and spoons out there might have old farts trapped inside of them. I haven't picked up a ton of these random objects to try to speak to them.
Why are you always so angry? Who hurt you?
This ain't resurrection, son. This is imprisonment.
But you're immortal. You've surpassed the rules of life and death. I thought nobody can do that in this world. Not even...
You want to trade places with me, boy?
No, I'm good. I kind of like being
Yeah,
out here.
that's what I
Do you have like a room in there? Is there like a like a genie in a bottle? Like you have like a couch and
I'm
like...
not a fucking genie, all right? It's not
Who
like
do
there's
you
a
give
house
in
in
there?
here and I've got grapes and wines and big-titted dwarven ladies bringing me ale. No.
You would have
simply
swing this hammer
mind
around too
trapped
much.
in metal.
If we were to
There is
take
no
you around,
space.
we were to take you around and work you for some construction. Would you get a headache in there?
No.
I rub the hammer and I say, I want a better axe.
Hey, no, don't touch me like that, laddie.
Can we hear him
I was
talk?
very uncomfortable.
If we're not touching the hammer, can we hear him talk?
No.
Yeah, only while touching. Okay.
Well, your life was about to get a lot more exciting. You've already been to the cloud giants and everything.
Yep.
It'll be a grand adventure.
Well, you're in charge now, lad. These are your people. We'll see what we can do with them, huh?
Well, let's just go to Riki and finish that up, and then we'll go talk to the dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we teleport first to Yaka, long rest there, and then go to Riki?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ding.
Sounds
Oh
good.
yeah,
Do we want to take our break here?
Why don't we take a break here?
All right.
and
what
then
we got?
ding.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Empires of Arcadia. Our party TPs from Ember's Keep back to Yaka. Nice and easy like. You come on in, you can see the savior statues and everyone gains inspiration. Your people are here. Life is continuing. You can see all this new artwork that has been brought in from Bastion and from, Ayu. That is kind of sitting around being sold in the market that's like right on the entryway. The Guardians are wielding weapons that have been very clearly improved by trade relations with the dwarves. You can see that they've got these nice halberds with metal heads now instead of like bone spears or stone spears.
So cool. Like
Mhm.
the world's actually changing. Oh my god, it's awesome.
Well, the world has changed around you. Things are obviously different here. Yaka's always been like a multicultural center where you've got like humans and half elves, and you've even got some goblins hanging around. You've always had like a mix of creatures in Yaka, but the number of dwarves here are much higher than before. There's actually halflings in Yaka now. There used to basically be none. They were all up in Bastion together, but you can see the ranks of this city have swollen. Pretty much every house here has got to be full. There's new construction outside of the wall, which, you know, it's not a great place to live, but when there's no place inside the wall, might as well be here. There's been a new canal that's diverted from the Yongala River all the way to the front of Yaka, so you can like easily get from Yaka into the river and take the river down towards Uma if you want. The town has been heavily shaped by your adventures through this town.
Okay, cool on that, but we're sleeping for 7 days. We want some goddamn experience.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, I
mean,
like
we'll
the
do
lore. I think
but
that shit's
Ding.
super cool. I think it's like so cool to see like
Yeah,
a D&D
it's not
world
like
of
we
all-
It is cool. It's good.
just sleep it all away. I
We're not
think
gonna sleep the
this
whole
is
thing away.
basically the place where we report, okay, we're done. Right? So we should report in.
Well, not yet. We need to give the
No, we
tablets
gotta-
to-
We have
need-
dwarves and we have dwarves and Riki.
That's true, but we can celebrate early, so to say, and just say that we're done.
Oh, unless the entire city of dwarves kills us all. Or the wizard's like, thanks for the last book, and cast a level 9 disintegrate or wish
Or
spell.
just
and then
like
makes
puts it into a glove and just goes like,
You would have to learn the spells from the book first. You know, it would take months of study before he could.
Oh,
if
that's
he
how
was
you
of
cast the wish
highest
spell.
level. If he was high enough level to learn those spells, he would still take months of practicing to learn them. You know, so you're safe for at least a while.
Doesn't a traditional wizard like read like they're not level enough to cast the spells though.
He'd have to be
They'll probably
18th
never
level
be.
to cast wish spells. Yeah.
18th level?
Yep.
Yeah, and like no one in your campaigns have ever okay.
Yeah, no one here is high enough level to cast the spells from these tomes, but they want them because you can like if you can decipher what they are, even if you can't learn the spell, it can teach you other things about magic, like lower concepts that you can then build upon. So it might act as like an experience boost for these people, getting somewhere.
I see.
Yeah.
Are breath weapons considered spells?
No.
Okay, just curious.
So I'm going to start tallying up experience. And while I do that, why don't you guys tell me what you're doing here in Yaka? What are your plans?
You know what? Boinhart will go. You mentioned that there are more dwarves here.
Mm-hmm.
Boinhart will go see them without any like apparent goal, but he wants to see how those dwarves react without saying anything to the Hammer of Zoran being very clearly presented. And I think that will give us like kind of a QA group a focus group to see
It's
what
good.
will happen.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So you find a group of dwarven traders. They are here haggling with one of the humans in town over the price of these halberds they're bringing. And they might see you out of the peripheral, but they're involved in their merchandising, so they don't immediately turn to you. Are you going to like get their attention or just politely wait for them to finish their conversation? What is your approach to this?
Probably come up and join them, wait for them to finish their conversation, then just kind of ask how things are going.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
They finished their negotiation.
It should be pretty
They
clear
turned
that
to
he
you.
has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like,
they
look
go-
at this, but I'll be like, it'll be on his. It'll be like he clearly has the hammer of Zorn, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. So nice chat with you for maybe 15 seconds. Just the traditional, "Oi, what are you doing over there, cunt?" Sort of
Yeah.
like greetings between dwarves. And as you're chatting with them, one of them like stops and looks at your hammer and starts elbowing his buddy and points, and they both look at it. And they look up to you, and they go, "Hold on there, friend. What's that you got on your waist, huh?"
This is the recovered hammer of our people.
Uh-huh. That's sure it's not a forgery. Hammer of Zoran's been lost for a long time, lad.
It crackles with energy when I draw it, right? Like,
Does it? Right, it's got an electrical charge to it.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
a
I can't
lightning
remember.
thunder-based. Yeah, it's like an incredible thunder power. Like I can hit it against the ground and it like.
Stun him with
I
it.
just want to grab your character sheet for just a moment. Yeah, I mean, if you pick it up and hold it, you can get it to like, twist with lightning.
Yeah, he'll do so. I assure you, this is no forgery.
They take like 3 steps back and instantly drop to one knee each, bowing their heads to the ground. One hand at their side on their sidearms, one hand on the earth. And you can hear muttered "Methane" under their breath.
Okay, that's good intel. I'm gonna try to act like I know what's happened. Very good. Yes, everything well here. Good trades. We've been trading well. I mean,
Yes, my lord. We have been.
good. That's why I came over here. No other reason. Good to see you. Keep up the trades here. Bringing honor to our people. Anyway, I gotta go do Thade stuff. That's very good. Gotta go find some friends. Thanks a lot. I mean,
They stay
good luck.
crouched and bowed as you walk away. And if you throw a look over your shoulder, you will see them in heated discussion, like gesturing at you and the hammer and making like hammering motions back and forth.
Okay, cool. That's good intel. Thank you. If I meet up with the rest of the party, I'll tell them what happened too.
Dang, you're so 5-head there, Devin. Focus groups are genius.
It's a marketing concept. We do them at the company all the time.
Anyone else? Something else?
I feel obligated to report to our governing
Yeah.
body.
The council.
Yep.
Mhm.
Good news. We're done. Just have to finish up a few loose ends.
Yeah, you can get the council together. You tell them you're done, and they look between all of them. Greg, the leader of the Guardians, your former boss a long, long time ago, much more humbled now by your presence, says, "What do you mean it's done? Can you be a little more specific?"
It's done, as you know. Bastion, Ayu, Uma, Ember's Keep. They're in our alliance, and the one holdout has been Riki. But we hold the final things that they have requested to bring them into our alliance.
You have the last book? Pipes in Selena, the leader of the craftsmen, the half elf.
The leader? Oh, yes, we do.
The council sort of sits back and ponders for a moment. Didgeridoo, the leader of the clerics, ostensibly the head of the council, who typically doesn't vote in council affairs, Breathes very slowly. So with the last books, you'll bring the last free city together, and we'll have all the peoples of this island united. All the free cities, all the dwarves. Do we have the dwarves?
Yeah, I imagine I went in with my friends too. Yes, we do. And even better than just having the dwarves, I believe we
are the
may have
dwarves.
found a new dwarven leader. I gesture towards Flintheart.
Ah, hello. I mean, we plan to lead it together. I'm just sort of the representative.
Seraphina, the human in charge of the leader of the woodsman section, and Didgeridoo and Greg, the cleric and the guardian, will stand and take a polite bow towards the new dwarven thane, at which point the other members of the council get up, remembering their manners, and also take a nice low bow. Didgeridoo will speak up and say, my great thane, welcome to Yaka. I believe you've been here many a time before, but never under this title. I am most pleased that our two peoples could join together to build a better future for all of us, to bring this unruly island to bear, and to make a better life.
What
Thanks
looks
for being a part of this.
uncomfortable? Yeah, so same dwarf in here, got the same pants and everything. Thank you very much. We're all in this together and everything. Zai over there, sort of the more the political guy, I've been here before, been here since the dragon, still here. Everything's good. Same as always, thank you. Not kind of used to this thing,
The council members take their seats again. And I guess Didgeridoo speaks once more. So the last books need to be brought to the people of Riki, their leader, and then I think it's a simple matter of collecting everyone here in Yaka, and maybe we've been introduced to this concept of writing. We like it. Having to carve things into tablets is terrible. This paper stuff is great, even if it falls apart quickly. We'll make oaths and bring the people of this island together.
Excellent. That's what we were thinking. Set a date.
And if I may ask, what of the elves?
They chew their lips and look between them. Selena, she's the other half elf here, will stand and say, my father's people are cool and standoffish. I have met with them a few times, and yet none of them will identify themselves as my sire. She looks to Corin. I assume the same is true with you? You do not know your elven father?
Yeah, that'd be the case.
I think this is indicative of their stance in the world. But if you have plans or designs for them, we are all ears.
So, did I understand it correctly that we have an alliance with these elves? What exactly was the case with that?
I don't think we have an alliance with them. I think we just kind of
We have a truce.
side by side with them.
We have an
Neighbors.
informal interest in defeating a kraken together. That's about our extent of dealings.
And they know we're good dudes because we had the necklace that told us them that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that necklace that we got, that was only for the nymph. Sorry, not the streamer.
Yeah, but it told them that we were good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it told them because they watched us.
Yeah.
They're still watching us, maybe.
No,
Do we still have the amulet?
Yeah, I still do.
Or we're an amulet of non-detection. They can't see shit. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was just to get the nymph. It wasn't necessarily to build an alliance or anything. Although maybe they could use it, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Gord will stand up. He's one of the rarely spoken members of the council in charge of the Gardener faction. And he will clear his throat. For a long time now, this Council of Seven has stood as the leaders of Yaka. We have guided our people. We have instructed and chosen their paths for them. But I think once all the people of all the cities come together, we should devise a new form of administration. It would not make sense for those of us here in Yaka to speak on behalf of everyone. As the citizens who know the most about these foreign states, which are soon to be part of our United States,
Hey.
how shall we... What sort of government shall we set up? And takes a seat.
Oh,
Is this for
hell
us
of a
to
question.
decide?
Dictatorship.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of this campaign? Is like, this
Yeah,
is
we
what we.
just go off and kill things. You guys are the ones dealing with the administrative work, yeah?
It's true. Even though you've probably talked much about it, I've always been a fan of representative government here.
Did we not say that we would take one member from each city-state, put them on a council?
That is what we have told Representative Ayu here. I imagine. I think they're probably here. Are they?
They are here, but not here in this room.
Okay. Well, I think we only told that to Ayu.
How does the Galactic Senate work?
That's
United
actually
States of
exactly it, too,
Arcadia.
right? It's a representative government.
Minus Palpatine. Yeah, so
One
that
leader from each city, then.
Yeah, and
one
probably
one
and then-
leader accompanied by two representatives. The leader presents their case. Everybody votes.
And
Ah.
what of you four? What position shall you hold? It would be foolish to pretend that you are ordinary rangers working for Yaka. Some would even say that you have a right to rule after all you have done. What shall your position be?
Damn, dude. This campaign could go so many different directions.
I mean, I guess we should try to take over the rest of the world now.
Do you mean Arcadia?
Yeah, all of it. Why not? I miss Fjord. I can show you guys around.
On the continent of Arcadia, there are creatures that are very powerful. Well, I
So
don't know
are
that.
we.
Ignore everything I just said. That's complete meta. On the continent of Arcadia, who knows what is there? It's been there for thousands of years, has it not? Are we strong
yes.
enough?
I believe I've earned a well-deserved vacation to the continent of Arcadia. So that is what I desire.
What about you, half-elf? Do you wish to rule?
You know, honestly, I'd just like to get back to hunting things. I'm not too big on this bureaucratic nonsense. I don't think I could handle stomaching any more of these conversations than I've already had to.
And Barbarian, you agree?
Yeah.
No interest in being a king?
No, not really. I just want to kill things, with my axe. Maybe I can get a talking axe. And you have a talking sword. They can
Sure.
have conversation.
And we can talk to each other?
Yes!
Yeah! Well, there you have it. We four are not much of the leading types. We're heroes, adventurers, and adventurers we will stay.
Yeah,
Leave
hold
the
on a
governance
minute.
to the government.
Dwarf, weren't you talking about becoming the Thane of the Dwarves, though? How is that going to jive with your new adventurer role?
Oh yeah, that thing. Well, we could establish a representative from Blue Steel City.
You think the dwarves are going to be happy having a new leader take up that mantle and then immediately depart these lands for another continent?
Tis not uncommon for a dwarf to go on adventures. That's how the previous Thane lost his hammer.
Oh. You're
Might as well keep up with the tradition.
Hey, maybe that'd be the easiest way to pacify the dwarves then. Maybe your representative could be the man in charge now. Yeah, so it feels as though he hasn't really transferred much power, or at least symbolically he can remain.
Oh, we
head
could
of the
give
people.
the. He remains in charge, and there's a Thane. You're so smart, half-elf. Half-elf is what I was trying to say, but this accent is pretty hard. That's something. So we make the current king representative of leaders, and the true Thane is there by blood and culture and history. There it is.
Well, um, Jejin, the half-orc woman, leader of the builders, will stand next and speak. Then we shall send for the old man of Riki and for all the other representatives. And we shall put together a system of government. And those of you that wish to expand our empire can lead our armies, and we shall rule from back here. I'm sure as we explore the world, there will be many matters to overcome. The issue of traveling by sea is only one of them. But I foresee in our future that will be easily overcomeable. And she sits back down.
There is still a great monster out there that must be dealt with before we travel to the next continent. A creature of untold power, much greater than anything I've ever seen on this island. Which is called Bravo, I learned, from a talking hammer.
There's some like head bobs from Selena the half elf. You know, sort of. Kind of.
Kind of what?
A collection of islands collectively known as Arcadia. Individually, this is Bravo, but it is It is all that remains of Arcadia, of the chain.
All that remains? What do you mean? We're gonna sail and find nothing?
She shrugs. It's all that we've known for 1,500 years. Might as well say that's all that remains.
The world is
Practically
over?
speaking.
Outside of here?
No, I just meant practically speaking. When this is the only world you know, you might as well call it by its formal title.
Ah. Of course. Well, what do we know of the, what do we know of this, actually, Zoran. Shakes the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up. Are you in there?
Yes, of course he's there.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the giant fish that swims around? The Kraken. Was he in your time?
He whispers to your mind.
I would translate it. You can say it. Like, I would translate it to people, I think.
You sure? You don't want to lie to these people or manipulate them in any way, shape, or form?
I haven't had any reason to in this point, no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No, that's a new one. I don't know nothing about that creature. Us dwarves don't particularly like the sea, as you might know, unless you're a newfangled fishy dwarf. Right, bastard. I don't know how much of that you want to translate.
Okay. You know, just yesterday I was a fishy dwarf. Walked across the bottom of the sea a whole mile. Actually, you were there, so you know.
I know. It reminded me of those years in Portheus.
I was a huge pain in the ass, but luckily I was there to light the way. Well, so we don't know nothing about the fish except that we got to kill it. The elves know something about it, then they have the boats. So maybe that's something we have to do after all this. Other than that, we have our council. We have to go make sure the dwarfs are cool and give the book to the wizards.
Yep.
All right.
Well said, Thane. I say, patting him on the back.
You guys can rest here in Yaka. And while you do so, why doesn't everyone take home 10,187 experience?
Yes.
How much?
Holy shit.
10,187 experience.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah.
Ding.
Level up. I don't think I'm on it. Damn. 10,187?
Yes.
10,187?
Yes.
10,187.
Oh, I didn't hear
Yes.
that last 87. Okay, hold on.
All right, I raced you guys to level 11. I
Yep.
did it.
I'm there as
You're-
well.
Oh my god. People got to level. Wait, how am I so far behind in experience?
I just hit it.
Died twice.
Wait. Okay, so who was the second one? Grub died.
They're high level. We're low level.
We're like one level
Uh,
ahead of you guys, yeah.
Didn't you have you had someone in between Grub and Flintheart?
I don't think so. I had an idea for a character. It was gonna be like this old guy.
No, Grub didn't die to Ankh eggs, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
did?
okay, you've died once
Okay.
before. I guess
He got
your-
eaten by bugs, and then and then
Your first character unfortunately lived too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, it was Thorborn who's had 4 characters.
But
Oh yeah, because one of them just ran
5?
away.
okay.
Right.
That's
Eidolon,
true.
Eldwin, Minsk, and Thorbjorn.
His
I'm
druid
trying
just
to
pieced
die
out.
less than I do.
Trying to die.
All right, can I roll for HP?
Please.
What do I roll
Oh, wow,
again?
you made it too.
You will be rolling. You're taking another fighter level.
Yep.
It should be a D10 plus your con mod, which is plus 3.
Wait, so they're level 11?
Okay, 6 HP.
Are you just 600 experience points over your total?
Yeah, I just
Corin?
hit it. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Just
I'm ready to kill
barely
everything.
slid in there.
Is he the highest level character in a Koibu campaign?
Well, Zaya is the same level.
I think
as me, so-
11. Yeah, I think that.
What
is
level
now.
was Malachi?
10?
Wow.
11? I don't know. Somewhere in there. Zai taking the average. 5 plus 2 is 7.
Excellent.
Sneaky beaky like.
I love mid-level D&D. I feel like so many things are open. You can do so much. It's excellent.
Oh, there's a level 13 rogue somewhere.
And what, that currently exists?
Wait, Nevid survived?
He survived his campaign, but his campaign is over.
Oh.
He
Wow.
made it through to the end.
That's so cool. And he was a rogue that made it through.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, through some interdimensional demon travel planes.
Do I roll 1d12? Barbarian level?
Yep. Plus your 3.
That's average.
Very nice.
Wait, so everybody leveled but me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You already just leveled.
You did
Uh-huh.
just level like the last session.
I
though.
also don't need levels. I don't think I'd do anything with them.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you get at Barbarian level 7?
Oh, wait. Level 11 is actually incredible for me, but I'll never know.
Well, you guys take your long rest. The other leaders from the other cities arrive bit by bit as messengers get sent out and they come. The Queen of Ayu arrives. The leaders of Ember's Keep. Siphon will be their head with Grace and Jaren as their assistants, or what'd you call them? Representatives?
Yeah, representatives. Mhm.
Finn will arrive from Riki with his daughter Navid, as well as another unnamed mage who you're not familiar with. From Bastion comes a little slew of halflings. The former leader, who I think you spoke to before, has unfortunately died in the meantime, and a new halfling has been appointed head of Bastion. They come bearing the most delicious baked goods. Since they've got access to like flour and all these fancy plants, they bring you like what do you call them? Chocolate croissants and eclairs and other wondrous, delicious things that you could never get in Yaka.
Wow. They bring beer?
No, they brought baked goods. I know. I know. Well, maybe you can get the dwarves to bring some beer. From Yuma comes their leader, but in a surprise twist of events, they attempt to appoint Korin their leader.
Wait,
What?
where at? When we're where?
The people from Yuma. You are originally from Yuma, and the people of Yuma, despite you having never really checked in with the people back home from where you're from, have been hearing your stories and your tales and have decided they want to appoint you leader of Yuma and representative to the Yakin Council.
That's cool.
Do I have any so I worked as a ranger / hunter out in these areas. I must have built or forged some relationships. Are any of those prior hunters that I would have worked with or rangers still alive?
Yes, most of them are.
Yeah, I think I would point to one of them and say, listen up, guys. I appreciate the honor. I enjoy serving you guys. But if I had to be honest with you, I couldn't give a fuck less about all the bureaucratic bullshit that goes on between here and Yaka. However, my good friend that I remember back from my earlier days of ranging over here, what's his name? Find a guy.
Just randomly make him leader of a city. Hey, this guy looks cool. He helped me out in high school. He wingman me with some girls. He's gonna run the city.
What's this guy's name?
Pearl.
Am I supposed to answer that?
Yeah. You tell me who this person is.
Or
They're
call
gonna
him
be
Arrow. Why not? There's a simple name for a simple man. Arrow.
Arrow from Yuma.
Yeah.
And you can more or less design this person however you want. Tell me about Arrow just a little bit. Just enough that I can have a...
I worked under this guy for a little bit. He leads groups of rangers. He's not as much a fighter as he used to be, but he's very smart. He knows the force very well. Very wise. Teaches a lot of the more headstrongy kind of rangers what to do. Keeps them in line. Makes sure that they're using their brains as much as their bronze. So I think he would be a good representative to work between Yuma and Yaka.
Okay.
Is he green?
What do you mean by green? Is he a goblin?
Is he a half elf too?
No, like a green arrow.
Good one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is this everybody? We've got Ember's Keep, Yuma, Riki, Bastion, Ayu,
Dwarves are the big one.
Dwarves.
Yep, and Riki, of course. We have to let them know they're invited to the party.
Yes, you'll have messengers who will, TP into Riki, inform them that you have the tablets. And after everyone is gathered, you can hand over the tablets to the Wizards of Riki, and that will sort of cement all of this. Is there anything you'd like to say to them or do with them before you hand over your trophies?
I'm sure they've got some final great magical item or set of items that they'd like to trade. The final books that unlocks the knowledge of the ancient wizarding people to them.
Especially
I
now
do
that we
believe
know
they
what they
had-
are.
Paid for these things in advance. I'm pretty sure the last time we talked, you said, we'll just get you the book, give us all the good stuff now, and then we'll just give you the books.
Oh,
we know
man,
what
well,
it
it's
is.
pretty awkward right now because we got all the books, we got all the power, we got all the people. I don't know if I'm really going to walk these books all the way over to these guys. It might be nice and comfy inside a hotel room somewhere. Or maybe a little magical hammer man wants to talk to us about him some more.
I also forgot, we never ID'd that spear, which is like in the crazy spear at the bottom of the ocean that had that crazy magical effect on it.
Wait, did you actually take that?
Yeah, I grabbed it again and then I took it with me, and it didn't it didn't screw with us.
Oh, I thought it was left. What
I just
no.
totally forgot about it.
Yeah, we'll deal with that a little bit later.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So the issue of Riki is a big one. They're here. Everyone is gathered together, and
Yes.
it is your turn to deliver the books. Is that
That's
what
right.
you say,
I nudge
Corey?
Corn and say, "What a jokester!" And what a great way of breaking the ice, Corn. I take out the tablets and I'm about ready to hand them over.
I shoot.
Unless you
my
want to
ethereal
physically
bow.
stop me.
I'll put it. Wait,
We got
why-
18 episodes.
Hold on, wait.
and then
We should have
just the
talked
PvP.
about this beforehand, real quick. Like, we wouldn't be talking about this for the first time. Like, oh, everyone's
Sure.
here. Yeah, so beforehand,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll talk to Zai.
Okay, sure.
So we know that
Discuss
these
this.
tablets are going to give a great amount of power to these wizards. Hell, these
Yes,
fuckers
that's,
could vaporize all of us the second we give them the book, yeah.
That's great power that's on our side.
Hopefully. Do you think they'll be motivated to be on our side? They seem pretty off in their own little world for the entirety of this kind of adventure, yeah?
Once they get wind of what the halflings are bringing, I think they'll be on our side.
What are the halflings bringing again? Beer?
Chocolate croissants.
Chocolate croissants. I feel like with these tablets, they're going to be able to create those things out of nothing, no? You're not worried at all about
Well, then
handing this
that'll
over?
be even better. We can have chocolate croissants every day.
And you're not worried? You don't think there's some final
Chocolate
item, some
croissants
final thing that we
every
can get
day.
from these guys? Listen, I know that you're at the end of your rope here, okay? Old human, what do you got, another 10, 20 years max left in you? Some of us are going to be around here for a lot longer. I don't know if I want to live on an island, turned to glass, because we hand over some tablets without at least getting some cool shit from these guys first. You don't think there's anything these guys have left to offer us before we hand over these books?
We could, but that would be against our honored agreement. We agreed that they would pay us up front, and they've done everything they've said they would.
I think at this point we don't want to rock the boat any more than has already been done. Probably in the future, if we need something from them, we just ask because they're part of the alliance. Blah blah blah, and we get it anyway.
No, let's not sweat the good stuff. Let's not sweat the small stuff. And here, I'm gonna let you in on a merchanting invention I've come up with. There's a term called goodwill. We can bank some goodwill, and they'll remember that we just gave them the books and didn't raise a fuss.
Goran shrugs his shoulders. We're trading these very real, very magical tablets for some ethereal sense of goodwill. May or may not exist. You want to be my guest?
No, we traded them for the stuff we already got.
Oh yeah, I
Our side
remember.
of the bargain.
I jiggle my bag with my potions of spider climb and water breathing, whatever random. Yeah, they've given us a lot of junk from their cellars, of course. If you want to give them the book, then feel free, monk friend. But I hope we're making a wise decision. Okay. Whatever.
You will hand the books over without qualm.
Yeah, so that was flashback from the past. Now we just wordlessly hand them over and say, congratulations, we found them.
I attached some
was a tough journey.
C4 to the back of one of those books, though. Okay.
Okay. All the peoples of the island arrive together. They come here to Yaka and meet in the Great Pyramid at the center, the Great Ziggurat of Yaka. They come together.
Did the dwarves come?
Yes.
Don't we need to sort out that before? I gotta confront the king before.
I think we will do the dwarven bit a little bit later. We'll say the dwarves aren't here for now. All the human sections above ground come.
Sounds
they
like a story
gather
arc.
here in the Great Pyramid, and they swear oaths of fealty to this new united kingdom. And what would you like to call this kingdom? You could call it the United States of Arcadia.
I like
You could
that.
call
USA. USA.
I think we should call it the Empire of Arcadia.
The Empire of Arcadia. Okay.
Being that
It's a pretty good name.
our camp, I totally just thought of it right now.
Wow.
I know, it's pretty insane. I mean, unless you guys have any other ideas.
I mean, it makes sense.
So so basically that would make our unified body named Arcadia then.
Wait. Arkway.
Arkway?
Norway, Arkway. I don't know.
Right, we are now called Arcadia.
Didgeridoo will be the first to step forward and swear oaths of fealty on behalf of the people of Yaka. The Queen of Ayu steps forth and makes her oaths as well. Siphon of Ember's Keep, Arrow of Yuma, Sparrow of Bastion, Finn of Riki all step forth, swearing to unite this group of people under one empire, one name, to work together to advance each other in this new state. The dwarves must be brought out from their mountain homes. There were no teleportation devices placed in the dwarven city, so those messages have to go by foot. And they're going to take a little bit longer, and everyone's got to kind of feel out the dwarf. And there's still that, like, those eastern dwarves, and you got to go around and let them all know. It's going to be a process, but the dwarves were optional to begin with. No offense.
Were they?
Sort of. Like, you needed them
Like
to people, but, like, whether they wanted to participate or not, like, they're like the dwarves and elves, like, you can bring them in, you could not bring them in.
Do you
but
think
you wanted the free city states?
Do you think there was a world in this campaign where we could have successfully united the elves at the end of this?
Yes.
In theory, yeah.
Nobody
Everything's
wants to be
possible.
annihilated. We should have threatened them. We should have marched with our armies onto the elven borders and said, you can either align with us or be destroyed.
Still can. Level 14, thousands of level 14 ranges are no big deal, right?
I
think
don't know
the,
if violence was be the right way to bring the peaceful elves under your banners, but
I think the most realistic way would have been to kidnap the son of the elf king and then threaten them that way.
How would we even
Ooh.
get in?
I don't know, but I'm just saying I think that would be our most realistic option if we were to have one.
Wait, so you
Hostage-taking.
threaten them to fealty, basically?
Yeah, basically a hostage alliance.
That's a classic technique that has worked throughout human history.
Really?
You take someone's children as captive and you say, you're now part of my empire. I'm holding your children in case you decide to rebel. If you fuck around, I'll kill them. But if you're cool, I'll just like treat them as my own children, raise them as my own, and they'll be treated wonderfully.
That's
And that is
awesome.
That is how empires have been built throughout human history, among other ways, of course.
What was the name of the Robert Stark's the brother in Game of Thrones?
Tony
One
Stark.
of the Greyjoys.
Theon?
Theon.
Theon, yeah, like Theon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
You watch
Theon
it.
was his shit. Yeah.
Because they were too powerful for us to go violently, and they didn't really want a peaceful resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like you defeat the Greyjoys, but you know if you leave, they'll just like start shit again. So you like steal their children and be like, I'll raise them, but they're still yours. Don't fuck around. Yep.
That's awesome.
Classic empire building. And here you are at the end of our campaign, having successfully completed pretty much every goal you set out to achieve.
Is there nothing else that we can kill?
There's tons
There's
of stuff
so
we can.
much.
Yeah, there's so much. There's Acropolis, the whole underwater city. There's the
Wait, what was
didn't-
an Acropolis?
there was supposedly very powerful clerics there and paladins, like the old healing divine magic. That's where that fell off. And then there was the. Just say there is. The stuff is all stuff we can do later. He said there's the Kraken, obviously. There's the whole Dwarven storyline. There's all of the old ancient ruins and stuff like that. There's the Storm Giants and figuring that whole thing out.
And if you wanted to, you could try to rid the island of all of the nesting green dragons. You could, slaughter
Orcs.
T-Rexes to the very last one. You could chop down the jungles. You could there is endless stuff to do with this place. You're going to need ships. Somehow you're going to have to get ships. You could get them from the elves maybe, or make your own, but you'd have to learn how to make them again from the scratch. Like there's a lot left to do, which we can maybe touch on another day, another time.
So, from a lore perspective, will this island go down in your world and change anything?
What do you mean go down?
Go down in history, like it will.
Yes, because the period of lore that's happening on the mainland Arcadian Isle is reaching its end. So we're going to be looking elsewhere for storylines, and this island, Bravo, the other Arcadian island, is a prime candidate for future campaigns. And now we have a history with which to work, and like a system of governance and a lore built for this entire island from which we can derive future
That's so
campaigns.
cool, dude.
And there are rumors of a future campaign set in this island that goes to invade the other one, or other islands around. So we'll see what happens in the future.
So that's actually awesome. So the Arcadia mainland, that they are going through the stuff that at the same time as we're going through this, right? It's just a totally different set of tech and stuff like that. Tech levels are totally different, everything, because we have been isolated for thousands of years.
Right, you guys were isolated and you had a cultural collapse, and so
The
you've been
only
using older
campaign
tech.
that you run that's actually outside of your time frame is Genesis, right? Everything else
yeah,
is
that's at the beginning of the world.
Yeah.
Everything else is at the same time.
Very cool. That's so neat. I'm pumped. I hope that people will see the statue of Grub one day, or hear the story of Minsk, or any number of things. It'd be awesome.
We will be hearing these stories and revisiting these lands. I'm certain of it. Yeah. I guess this is the last time that we can check in and with your characters, does anyone have any like post-game lore that you want to spill about what your character does for the next days, weeks, months?
Let's PvP. I want to kill everyone. No, I'm just kidding.
We finally see who the strongest in the party is.
We know that Thorbjorn is itching to go to new battles and fight new enemies and conquer
He wants to
new
go home to
lands.
Forfjord. He's like kind of lost on this island. I'm like, I just like
Oh.
teleported here. I was just like trying to gain power and get home.
Well, now that you've collected these spell books, if you wait around for a little while, the Wizards of Riki will learn enough to be able to take you home if that's what you want.
Really?
Wait, then we don't need to fight the Kraken.
Possibly. If you want to, the reason that you would want to fight the Kraken is that so you can easily sail back and
All right.
forth. Because
Yeah.
if you just like teleport to the one land, how are you supposed to bring anything back? You know,
True.
at some point you're going to need like ships with supplies and people. That's more than the magic handle.
Damn. So we could eventually like warp into Arcadia and just be like sup bros.
Possibly.
Invasion.
But to get the spell that you need to go home, there are going to be components that they don't have. There's going to be some new discoveries they need to make, and they're going to need you to go and track down very specific components. The most useful of which is going to be giant's hair. So you might be having to make
course.
a climb back up that mountain to find the giants and steal some of their hair for some spell components in the future.
Be
Thorbjorn.
like, hey guys, we're back. We need to give you a haircut. Free haircuts for all giants. Dang.
What about you, Zai? You had said you wanted to take a vacation to Arcadia.
Yeah, so this entire time Zai has been hoping to unify the Empire in order to go into a newfound era of prosperity. And, you know, as he tastes this chocolate croissant, he's like, yes, this is what I was thinking about. He's going to make it a goal to eat more chocolate croissants. And, I'm setting up a 1-year plan, or maybe shorter if the time frame will allow, to take on the Kraken with a unified joint effort.
Wow. How are you going to find the Kraken? There's a whole ocean out there. How are you going to find it?
Yeah, that's what the year of planning is for. But using some magical abilities, some elves.
Well, if
Maybe
we
some
understand
bait
correctly,
ships.
if you just sail a fleet in a direction, it nails it. Yeah,
You don't
like,
want to sail the whole fleet. You want to sail some bait boats.
So you're going to need to work with the elves to get access to their magic to find the Kraken, or access to their ships to create a bait boat. So you're going to have to travel to elven lands and work out some sort of better relationship with them.
But the good news is I know that once they taste a chocolate croissant, they can't stop.
Devin Nash, you have to return to the dwarves and tell the current dwarven Thane that he's only acting dwarven Thane while you're the real one, and he's got to sit back and run your kingdom for you.
that's the most negative interpretation of that possible. the other possibility is we have a conversation that's like, yo, you are the cool guy still. You lose none of your power. I'm Thane in name only. I'm gonna go do some cool adventurer shit, and then you are the dude. Good luck. And that's sort of the plan there. But I think from like a more macro perspective, Flintheart serves Sayor, right? The god who has crafted the world, more so than anything. Also, as Oath of Conquest, right? It's bringing things together under one rule, under whether that be a council, as we've decided to be, or whatever. So I think, I think Flint it was kind of cool because when I started the character, it was very self-motivated character, kind of like driving from the desire to unite the dwarves as like a singular quest and see what happens there. But over time, like got more and more involved with the storylines interlinked with these dudes, right? And they became friends. And so now they've kind of united this together. And since at least two of them, kind of depending on Corin, but at least two of them want to go fight a Kraken and unite more shit, I think that falls in line with the quests from his god, as well as like what he's done as well as his Paladin oath. I don't think he's done. Like, are you ever done uniting things or building things and crafting things and making things better? So I think his story is to continue. And yeah, it's exciting. It might be exciting to see what will happen with him.
Yeah. Corin, you're back to the woods, back to your roots, back to the original ranger that you were before life got so fucking complicated with politics. It sounds like.
I think Corin will just find a simple village, and he will go back to being a ranger/hunter for them. But he will be a god ranger/hunter. He'll hunt on his own. He will fuck shit up.
You know what it's like? It's like Jason Bourne. Basically, like he was like this badass guy that did all this shit. And he's like retired. He just wants to be with like some hot chick and like hang out. But the 3 other dudes come back and are like, dude, we need you for the world again. And they just like pull him out of the village. And he's like, fuck, I gotta do this. Gotta carry these idiots again. I gotta go back out there. Yeah.
You're so right.
I gotta go carry these idiots
or
again.
the John Wick figure. Yeah. All right. Well, Zai, sometime in the near future, you will find that there is something stuck inside one of your sandals. And when you pull it out, you will find a shark tooth barb, real small like, that has been jammed into the side of your sandal. And you will see that it is also magical and radiates sort of like a pulse of magic.
Oh.
We'll leave that for another time. Were there any other little small side story quests that I
Did we ever figure out what the spear is?
Oh, yeah, that's just yeah, you'll figure out what the spear is. There are some merfolk that live around, and that's one of their items. And you'll learn that they set traps sometimes for other creatures, notably some of their other sentient undersea creatures, by trapping weapons with spells and then ambushing the people who grab them. You did not fall prey to the trap and were let go. But if you put a couple of pieces together, you'll see that you weren't entirely let go. Thorbjorn, I don't think there was anything else about you that we needed to... I don't think you had any secrets we needed to spill.
Well,
So that is it, guys. That is the legend, the Empire of Arcadia. Congratulations.
Wow, thanks.
I'm actually so happy that I didn't think that it was possible for any of your campaigns to end on a happy ending. I thought that it's like basic. I was sure when we started this, like everyone dies, everyone's dead, the world goes on. It's like, and it's very cool to like. I don't know. I feel like the season finale was happy. Like,
I don't like to pull punches, so I'm happy to kill parties that get themselves killed, but it doesn't have to end that way.
it's really good. I feel really good.
Well,
Awesome.
I feel like we
Didn't
should like
die
stand
this
up and
time.
bow.
It's so rare to have a happy ending. I'm not sure how to do it.
He doesn't know what to do. He's like,
I don't know what to
do.
It happens so rarely.
How many parties have gotten to the end?
Well, a lot have gotten to the end, their end, but
Two.
Like 2?
2 parties.
To be fair, this is like the end of season 1. We might have a season 2.
Might
we
have a
just don't know
season
yet.
2. Yeah, that's true.
3 parties? Maybe.
And we
3
would
or 4.
definitely die in season 2. 100%.
The world might die. We might like DBZ the world.
There was when you go back through all of how many episodes did we run on this? Like 20?
38.
38.
30? Oh my God. Holy shit. We've been doing this
Yeah.
for longer than a year?
There's 52 weeks in a year, and we play once a week.
We skipped a bunch though, so I'm guessing we've been doing
we
this
did.
for a year.
We started
Goodbye.
October 2019. We've been doing this for 1 year and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days.
Dude, you guys are like my brothers now. We've been at this. This is like,
Mhm.
that's it. This is, it's actually crazy because like, if you go back through all the episodes of all the times we almost died or TPK'd, the fact that we're here,
Yeah.
yeah, like, isn't this the campaign where Destiny like perfectly rolled against that, the skeleton, and then the dragon fell into the pit that fucking Zizaran made randomly, and then like,
Yep.
there's
Dude,
just so many.
My favorite moment in all of this campaign was when you died on Grub. Well, you didn't die, but like you got down, but you rolled a critical save to come back up, and you rest me, and we won the fight. That was just so fucking clutch
Mm.
against the orc. That was so clutch.
There were some close moments.
Yeah, there was so many moments where I thought the campaign was totally over. I mean, even up until you have a hell of a way of doing that. Even up until the end with the storm giants, I'm like, we're all dead. Like, that's it. Like, I'm just gonna fall into the ocean and die on the last episode. Like, I never thought that Vlit would live. I just never believed it. Not for a minute.
Yeah, it's because of all the preparation. I think you mainly led on, like just pushing for those water breathing brace necklaces. We didn't have to have those at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You probably would have been dead.
Yep, a lot of people tried to not have the water breathing necklaces.
Really?
But you made the effort to ensure that they were here. And you made sure that the party didn't go into that tomb with the 4 queens and the king when they were 4 levels earlier.
We would have died.
I got so much shit for that. Everyone's like, "What? He's running from the fight." I'm like, "No, we'll be back." It's just yeah, yeah. That was.
Yep.
I got a lot of trouble for that.
Each of you have contributed something to the party's survival in a very meaningful way. And I don't think we need to draw this out any longer. So, unless anyone has anything else to say, I would say good night and goodbye. And we might see you again for a season 2 in the indeterminate future.
Thank you for running this, Koibu.
Yeah.
Happy
thanks a lot, Quibben.
anniversary of Empires of Arcadia.
Are we at 1 year?
anniversary.
Yeah.
1 year, 12 days.
Oh wow, crazy. Cool.
Destiny, what was your like moment in the campaign? What are your thoughts, man?
Probably all the dying we did. I don't know. The Anke Queen was pretty funny. Everything relating to that encounter, I think, was pretty funny. I feel like that past that, we started to get pretty supercharged. The Trollaroo shit was pretty funny too. Those are the 2 things that stick out to me the most, yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Thank you, Koibu. Thank you for running this. Thank you for having us be a part of your world. It was
It's been my pleasure.
really an honor, and also I think you did really well to make every character stand out and feel like a part of your place. I definitely feel like that. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Till next time.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did we ever get to kill a Troller? We killed one, didn't we? We encountered one near the mountains once?
Yes, one.
We
You
smoked
killed
it.
one Trollaroo
Yeah.
Okay,
very
good.
quickly.
Fuck.
Yep. Retribution.
Good. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. We will maybe
Thanks,
see you
guys.
for season 2. Otherwise, peace out, guys.
Bye.